Camila Fitzgibbon is here. She's a Global News Morning arts and culture contributor here to talk about some community theater picks for the spring season.
My favorite subject. I love talking about theater.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can talk about it all day, right?
All
I
day.
love theater too, to be honest with you. So always a welcome conversation for me. So this one has a name that I'm going to try to pronounce. Iolanthe. Did I do well?
You got it right. Iolanthe.
Yes. So tell me a bit about this one. It's by the Lakeshore Light Opera.
Lakeshore Light Opera. This is opening tomorrow night. So the Lakeshore Light Opera, they've been bringing Gilbert and Sullivan's operettas to Montreal audiences for over 65 years now.
Wow.
Good for them.
Seriously.
And yes, and so this year they've chosen what is revered by many as one of Gilbert and Sullivan's finest works. So Iolanthe, despite having been written in 1882, it's still relevant today. In its side-splitting satire on politics and dim-witted privileged politicians. And this criticism was risky business back in the 19th century, but it's all good fun here. It's all good fun here. And really, I think if you're kind of looking to get into classical music, an operetta is a great gateway into that art form. It's really more accessible than an opera. That's why it's called a light opera. And so the language is more accessible because it's in English, the music is more accessible, and it's a great show for the kids too, so bring the whole family.
That's cool. Yeah, I went to an opera once, and I remember I did sort of, they had like subtitles on the whole time, and I still had trouble understanding somewhat. So that's cool. All right, let's go down to The Full Monty. I remember this as a British movie about people who got naked.
Pretty much. well, this is really exciting actually, because this is the first time the show is being staged outside of the UK by an amateur company. So hooray for the Hudson Players Club who have gotten the rights to it.
Very cool.
So again, if you've seen the Academy-nominated film, this is essentially the story of 6 co-workers who, after losing their jobs due to an economic downturn, they decide to form a strip dance group. But they discover that the local talent pool leaves little something to be desired.
Yeah, I remember.
I tell you, you gotta love British humor. This is gonna be great fun. It's a really fun, light comedy.
Is there nudity?
There is a little bit, but it's conservative. So, but this one's not one to take the kids to, maybe.
Okay, so not too kid friendly.
But it's not full frontal. No, it's
okay.
We're good.
Moderate nudity,
yes.
but still maybe not for the kids if you're, Okay, let's move on to another one that was in the theater, on the stage, in the theater, on the stage. Chicago. I remember this as a movie, of course.
Yes. Well, really, the movie is based on the original musical by Kander and Ebb and Bob Fosse, and who doesn't love a little razzle-dazzle and all that jazz in the sultry Chicago? This is being presented by Contact Theatre, which is really one of Montreal's most promising emerging companies right now. They're really doing some really cool stuff in terms of modernizing musical theater and bringing an edge and taking some bold choices. But if you think you know the original story of Chicago, they're putting a twist on this. So let's say this. Let's imagine Billy Flynn as a woman, as a commentary in women sort of challenging the system and using the system to empower themselves. So they're taking some really cool stuff, and this is a really ambitious production by the company, presented at the Rialto Hall. And
I love the Rialto.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue.
It's gorgeous.
So fitting for this particular
Very
piece.
cool. So Iolanthe is going to be Lakeside Academy Theater. We got The Full Monty, and then we got Chicago. Awesome picks.
Just one of the few things. There's so much going out there, really.
There's a lot.
Yeah, and really
no shortage for theater fans.
Not at all. And really, community theater is so great because of the spirit of these performers, and they bring such a raw energy in terms of what they're doing. And what a great way to support your community. And a lot of these companies, they contribute to local charities and whatnot. So you're giving back to them. They're giving back to the people. It's this cycle of supporting the community. Really.
And people who really love what they do, right? And they do it. They do it for the love of the game.
These people
and it comes across in the performances.
They're doctors, engineers during the day, so they're doing what they love.
Camila, thank you so much for coming. As always, really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching.